did promise that I would tell you about an author whose work I think you would love. The stories are fast-paced, there's a lot going on, the chapters are short, and I tell you what, they sucker you in real fast. Who am I talking about? I'm Denver Shai, and this is the Shai Creative. Now look, I get it. I understand why reading just brings you out in hives, just the very idea, and the reasons perhaps why you don't like reading. Maybe you didn't have any books in the house, maybe you weren't encouraged to read, maybe the books you had at school were proper boring, and let's face it, sometimes the books they got you to read at school just sent you to sleep. But stick with me, I have an author for you whose books I think that when you start reading them, you are going to love. I have recommended this author to so many people who don't like reading, and in fact, they've always been hooked and suckered in, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. Now, I know that sometimes the idea of reading seems really dry, and I get it. So for example, the book that if I never saw again would just make me so happy, The Scarlet Letter. I had to read this and compare it to The Colour Purple because we were comparing two books 100 years apart about women, and I just really found it drab, found it boring, and I just could not get into it. It really didn't draw me in. So I understand that when you think, oh my God, it's so boring. Because I enjoy books, because I enjoy reading, doesn't mean that every book I pick up I'm going to like. So this one, you know what? Yeah, I wanted to put it in the bin, but I wasn't allowed. But that's another conversation. The thing about books is when you have something in paper format, something that you can hold, and someone has distilled their knowledge, their experience to share with you. I mean, when you think about the price of a book, even if you say, $9.99 for the book, even if you say $15.99 for a book, you cannot, I mean, the cost of that doesn't cover the knowledge that is distilled down into a book that you can buy and sit and read. People will put the years of their life experience into a book for you to be able to sit with and read at your leisure. So the best thing about being able to read is picking up all that knowledge that you can absorb, you can use, that can inspire and help engage you into things that are of interest to you. So for example, I love writing, I love words. You should know that about me by now. Anyway, two authors, one Storyteller by Kate Wilhelm. Oh, this is such a good book. It's about 27 years of the Clarion Writers Workshop. The knowledge and information in here about the craft of writing fantasy and science fiction is fantastic. I mean, how much was this book? I think it says $9.99. I've worn this off. I've held it that many times I can barely see how much it costs. The cost is nothing in comparison to what I have learned about the craft of writing and writing for fictions. Writing fiction. Janet Burroway, excellent. So for anyone out there, any of you who want to write fiction, fantasy, script writing perhaps, excellent. I would truly recommend this to you. Now, if you have hobbies and interests, that's another way of inspiring you, engaging you into something that you like and that you have an interest in. It doesn't have to be fiction. I love fiction. I love fantasy fiction. I like some science fiction. Not all, but I do like some science fiction. For example, oh my goodness. Now, don't be fooled. This book is not as scary as it looks. Yes, it looks terrifying. It looks like, oh my God, you've got a book there that is similar to, 28 Days Later. I don't watch those films. I don't need to be watching that. It's too scary. But this is an amazing, I think they describe it as a sci-fi novel. It says about vampires. But I'm going to just say no more because I do think the cover gives the impression that it's like really, really terrifying. If you saw the movie, you were robbed. The movie is so bad, so bad. You can never beat the real thing. Get the book, read it at your leisure and enjoy. You will find it so different from the film. Most people do say, and in fact, I think it's true, books are always or usually much better than the film. Love it. As an artist, one of the things that I like to do is research, look at, and engage with the work of other artists. So writing, photography, painting and drawing all comes under the umbrella as artists, but I'm talking primarily about painting and drawing. This was bought for me, The Story of Art Without Men, for my birthday. Now the thing is, the reason it's without men is because I would say, how many times have you heard The Masters? Ah, no, they're not including women in that. In this book, distilled is years of information about art and the way other artists have worked, their inspiration, their style, their methods. So it's perfect. So whatever you're interested in, whatever your interest, you will always find a book that you will just lose yourself in and enjoy. So it's always worth getting your hands on a book. Don't discount reading as something, oh, it's really boring, it's antisocial. Quite frankly, sometimes I think a book is far more engaging company than people, let's face it. But you know what? I did say I was going to recommend an author to you. So come with me and let's go and have a look at who my recommendation for you is. I did promise that I would tell you about an author whose work I think you would love. The stories are fast-paced, there's a lot going on, the chapters are short, and I tell you what, they sucker you in real fast. Who am I talking about? James Patterson. I am telling you, if you really don't like reading, honestly, just give this author a go. His chapters are short, they draw you in, and I think you would love it. So this is my recommendation. I think you're gonna find that you will be absolutely hooked. Okay, I couldn't help it. Oh yes, I came away with 2 more books. Oh gosh, I've been meaning to read work by N.K. Jemisin. She's writing in the genre in which I want to write, which a lot of speculative fiction, etc., fantasy. Hello, I'm looking forward to this. And because I really enjoyed the film and I heard the book is written differently, it's different from the film. I haven't read the book yet, so I can't actually, do you know, I'm just not going to say anymore because I haven't read the book yet. I had to. I saw this and there was no way I was walking out the shop without it. I've wanted to get World War Z for ages, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. I am addicted to books. I do love it, and I have no regrets. So I hope you give my book recommendation a try. I know that they will draw you in and you will enjoy them. If you do enjoy reading, let me know in the comments, what books do you read? What is your genre? And perhaps why? And maybe share with me what book you liked the least. I'm Denver Shai. This is the Shai Creative. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.